Welcome back, everybody. This is the opening contest, and this is a Nerdom Contenders match as Antonio Chavez takes on Malcolm Lay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into round number one and the first opponent right now. Introducing first, he is the assassin, Antonio Chavez. How's it going, man?
I'm good. I'm so glad to be back. I've been in hibernation. I'm glad that this is today because I've been going with that a one-on-one format for so long, man. So thank you for making this today. I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready. I'm awake. Let's do this.
All right, man. I will explain to you how round number one works. There will be 60 seconds on the clock to answer 8 questions, 4 from your strengths, 4 from Malcolm's strength. You have unlimited skips. So if you don't know an answer, skip it, and we will. If we have time at the end of all 8 questions, we will come back to the skip questions. You cannot use your extension or your challenges in this round. They will come back at round number 2. You understand?
Okay.
The clock will now start after I finish asking the first question. If you're ready, we will start with the very first question.
Yep.
What is the full name of the Red Skull in Captain America, the First Avenger?
Johann Schmidt.
Who plays Aunt Petunia in the Harry Potter series?
Skip.
On what planet does Luke train with Yoda in Return of the Jedi?
Dagobah.
In Fellowship of the Ring, Gandalf calls Pippin what insulting term?
Fool of a Took.
Who plays Carmine Falcone in Batman Begins?
Tom Wilkinson.
Who plays Jasper Sitwell in The Avengers?
Maximiliano Hernandez.
Who does young Indy see grave robbers steal? Or what does young Indy see grave robbers steal in The Last Crusade?
The Cross of Coronado.
What is the full name of Logan as told in X-Men Origins Wolverine?
James Howlett.
Who plays Aunt Petunia in the Harry Potter series?
Oh, I'm not gonna get it.
All right, that is the end of your time. We will take Antonio out and bring in his opponent right now. And his opponent, he is Malcolm Lay. How's it going, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Just ready to do this.
All right, I'll explain to you how round number one works. There'll be 60 seconds on the clock to answer 8 questions, 4 from your strengths, 4 from Antonio's strengths. You have unlimited skips, so if you don't know an answer, pass it. And if we have time at the end of all 8 questions, we will come back to the skip questions. You cannot use your extension or your challenges in this round. They will come back in round number 2. You understand?
Yep.
The clock will now start after I finish asking the first question. If you're ready, here we go. What is the full name of the Red Skull in Captain America, the First Avenger?
Pass.
Who plays Aunt Petunia in the Harry Potter series?
Fiona Shaw.
On what planet does Luke train with Yoda in Return of the Jedi?
Dagobah.
In Fellowship of the Ring, Gandalf calls Pippin what insulting term?
Fool of a Took.
Who plays Carmine Falcone in Batman Begins?
Pass.
Who plays Jasper Sitwell in The Avengers?
Hector Elizondo.
What does young Indy see grave robbers steal in The Last Crusade?
The Cross of Coronado.
What is the full name of Logan as told in X-Men Origins Wolverine?
James Howlett.
What is the full name of the Red Skull in Captain America, the First Avenger?
Pass.
All right, that is the end of your questions. We will bring back Antonio and have a score recap and the questions right now. All right, guys, I will go through the answers real quick. What is the full name of the Red Skull in Captain America, the First Avenger? Johann Schmidt. Who plays Aunt Petunia in the Harry Potter series? Fiona Shaw. On what planet does Luke train with Yoda in Return of the Jedi? Dagobah. In Fellowship of the Ring, Gandalf calls Pippin what insulting term? Fool of a took. Who plays Carmine Falcone in Batman Begins? Tom Wilkinson. Who plays Jasper Sitwell in the Avengers? Maximiliano Hernandez. What does young Indy see grave robber steal in The Last Crusade? The Golden Crucifix, or, as you guys said, Crucifix of...
Coronado.
Yeah, Coronado. There we go. I can't speak today.
Sorry.
And what is the full name of Logan, as told in X-Men Origins Wolverine? James Hallett. So, at the end of round number 1, we have Antonio with 7, Malcolm behind with 5, going into round number 2, which works like this. It is the movie quotes round. Both Antonio and Malcolm have given me 2 movies or 2 sets of movies that I want to hear a quote from. In order to get 2 points, I need the character and the actor who said the quote. You get 1 right, miss the other, your opponent can steal for 1 point. Miss both of them, your opponent can steal for up to 2 points. You understand?
Yep.
So since Malcolm is behind, we will start with him with his first quote. Are you ready?
Yep.
The first movie you picked was Deadpool. And your quote is, I've played a lot of roles. Damsel in distress ain't one of them.
I think it is Vanessa Moreno Baccarin.
That is correct for 2 points. Malcolm ties it up with 7-7 going into his second movie, which is Logan. And your quote is, there's no living with the killing. There's no going back. Right or wrong, it's a brand that sticks.
One of 2 for me. I think it is
5.
Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman.
That is incorrect. Chance for 2 points. Steal, Antonio.
Jeez. Is it Laura slash X-23 played by Daphne Keane?
That is correct for 2 points.
The other one.
Bringing him up to 9-7. Going into Antonio's round number 2. Are you ready?
Yep.
First movie you picked was Venom. And your quote is, oh, I'm glad that you like it, because I plan on wearing it at our wedding. No need to write down.
Is that Anne Ying, played by Michelle Williams?
That is correct for 2 points. Bringing you up to 11. And your second quote is in the category of Ant-Man. And your quote is, it's not too often that you rob a place and then you get welcomed back.
Louise, played by Michael Pena.
That is correct for 2 points. Bringing you 13-7. Going in to the 5th quote round, and it works like this. Both Antonio and Malcolm will hear 1 random quote in a random category. They will then write down 4 possible answers for 4 possible points. I need the character, the actor, the movie, and the release year, each worth 1 point apiece. All right? All right. The category is mixed bag. Of course.
Right.
And your quote is, ah, yes, a Jedi's weapon, much like your father's. By now, you must know that your father can never be turned from the dark side. There'll be 60 seconds on the clock. 20 seconds remaining. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down Malcolm.
I think I'm wrong now. I've got Obi-Wan Kenobi, Alec Guinness, Star Wars New Hope, 1977.
That is incorrect on all accounts. Antonio.
Emperor Palpatine, Ian McDiarmid, Return of the Jedi, 1983.
Has correct for 4 points. All right. Bringing the score 17-7. Going into the brand new round number 3, which works like this. Both Antonio and Malcolm gave me 2 movies that they want on a wheel. I also put spinners and opponent's choice on the wheel. We will spin the wheel for each competitor. This is not a betting round. We will spin the wheel. Whatever it lands on, you can choose to spin again unless it lands on opponent's choice. Whatever it lands on the second time, you have to stick with. You will get 3 questions in that movie. A 2-pointer, a 3-pointer, and a 5-pointer. All right? If you get it right, you gain those points. Nothing happens if you miss it. All right? Because we have a 10-point swing right now, Malcolm will have to hit all 3 of his questions to tie it. All right? Malcolm, we will start with you. The movies on the wheel today are Rocky III, Prisoner of Azkaban, Creed, and The Crimes of Grindelwald. Are you ready for your spin?
Yep.
Your spin is in. It lands on Crimes of Grindelwald. You want to keep it or spin again?
Fuck it, I'm keeping it. There's a few things I don't want on that wheel, so...
So you're going to keep it?
Yeah.
All right, so you'll hear a 2-pointer, a 3-pointer, and a 5-pointer. Are you ready for your first 2-pointer in the category of Crimes of Grindelwald?
Yep.
Your 2-pointer. Who plays Lita Lestrange in this film?
Zoe Kravitz.
That is correct for 2 points. Bringing you to 9 points. Your 3-pointer in the category of Crimes of Grindelwald is... Now we need the full name. What is the real name of Credence as told at the end of this film?
Aurelius Dumbledore.
That is correct for 3 points. Bringing you to 12 points. So, here is the situation. You are at 12 points. You have a 5-pointer coming up. You hit it, it bounces to Antonio. You miss it, Antonio wins by TKO. Are you ready?
Yes.
Your 5-pointer. When Jacob meets Nicholas Flamel, he says that he doesn't look a day over what number? You do have 3 repeats if you need to use them. Five, 4.
Repeat the question.
Alright, using your first repeat. The question in the category of Crimes of Grindelwald is: when Jacob meets Nicholas Flamel, he says that he doesn't look a day over what number? So you have 2 repeats remaining. Five, 4.
Repeat.
Using your second repeat. Again, your 5-pointer in the category of Crimes of Grindelwald is: when Jacob meets Nicholas Flamel, he says that he doesn't look a day over what number? Five, 4.
Repeat.
Using your last repeat. Your last repeat. When Jacob meets Nicholas Flamel, he says that he doesn't look a day over what number? Five, 4.
You don't look a day over 60. I don't know.
And your winner, moving on to face Ryan Payne, the assassin, Antonio Chavez. The correct answer is 375.
Damn.
375 with a final score of 17-12. Antonio, man, you are going to face Ryan Payne for the Nerdom Championship at Battlezone 5. How are you feeling, man?
Looking forward to it. I love playing Ryan. Ryan's a good competitor. Malcolm, he got my heart pumping a little bit because I knew he got his strength. But I'm glad that that Kinds of Grindelwald finally tripped him up, because that movie always puts me to sleep. Honestly, I couldn't really enjoy it. But I'm glad to finally get to this point. I look forward to playing Ryan. I do intend on coming out with a championship. So, yeah, man, looking forward to it. I'm glad to finally get to this point.
Definitely. And as someone who has is the first to experience this new round number 3, what are your thoughts about it?
I liked it because it does keep the suspense going, and it does sort of push you to really, the thing that you think your strength is, it really pushes you to really, study it. So it's definitely going to, I'm curious to see what mine would have been, to see if I actually would have known what I feel like I'm good in. But it does really, like I said, keep the suspense going. So I'm eager to see how this will play out in a championship match. So, because I feel like we will get to that for both of us.
All right, guys, that's been your winner, the assassin, Antonio Chavez. We'll be right back with our runner-up, Malcolm Lay. Malcolm, you kept it close, especially going into round number 3. You spun Crimes of Grindelwald. You just couldn't pull that 5-pointer. How are you feeling, man?
I mean, honestly, I feel good. Like, I knew Antonio was going to be a tough one to take on in the first place. I mean, like both quotes, I kind of second guess myself, but and went the other way of what I was thinking. So that's what tripped me up. And just trying to remember a number from Crimes Grindelwald, which I actually do enjoy, which is why I put it there. Is just tricky just to try and get to that point in the movie. I mean, I only had time to study one of the movies. I chose Logan for the quotes, which didn't work out. I kind of wish I went to Crimes Grindelwald instead, but it is what it is.
Yeah, definitely. Again, you're 2-1 in this league. That's nothing to sneeze at. We would love to have you back eventually, and I know you can definitely work your way back up to a championship contenders match. Thank you for joining us, Malcolm. We'll be right back at the desk. All right, guys, if you did enjoy this match, hit that like button, subscribe to Nerd Entertainment Network down below. Next up, we have the singles contenders match, which should be a fantastic match. Guys, if you did enjoy this, like button, subscribe to Nerd Entertainment Network down below. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys soon.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. No, I am not Hunter Chambliss. I am the much better-looking, funnier version of him, Papa West, Jacob West, your 38th favorite dad in the family community, helping a brother out. He messaged me. He's like, Papa, you got to help me. And just like Papa does when all of his children needs help, he gets that chair off to the side, puts a shoulder around him. Kid, that's what I'm here for. So yeah, you might know my face from TMG Trivia, where I run singles and teams. But I'm helping out Hunter today in his in the movie trivia challenge, which is what this is. And you already knew that because you're already on here. But it's a number one contenders match. Two competitors ready to take each other on for a shot at Corey Quinto, the current movie trivia challenge champion. So the two gentlemen we have going today is Chris Diaz and Joe Farrelly. Y'all already know how this works. 3 rounds. First round is a speed round. Since I asked both competitors the same questions, I only have one person here. So without further ado, I'm going to get him in. Joe, how's it going?
Not too bad, not too bad. I've been stewing here for a little bit, in TMG because the champion in Geeks, I haven't been playing for a while. I don't think I've played a singles match since I lost to Corey in the title match. So looking forward to getting back into it. And people know how I feel about singles. I come in, I do my best. I don't really study. But on this occasion, I did one of Chris's picks for the last round. There was a movie I had to watch there, which we'll see what that is a bit later on. But I'm good. How are you, Papa?
I'm doing good. I have this crock pot here with a ham in it that I've been smelling all day, so I'm excited to actually dig in.
I have a cage down there with a hamster in it, so
Two very similar things right there.
Well, they start the same, isn't it?
They start the same. One's delicious to eat. The other one, if you eat it, might bite you back.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, Joe, the way this works, I have 8 questions that I will ask you and only you at this moment. You have 1 minute to answer all of these questions. You do have unlimited skips, which I will skip, move on to the next one, and then ask you any remaining questions if you have the time. So, without further ado, Joe, are you ready?
Always.
All right, time will begin after I read the first question. In the category of Planet of the Apes, in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, what is the name of Caesar's mother?
Bright Eyes.
Mission Impossible. Who directed the first Mission Impossible film?
Brian De Palma.
Written by Edgar Wright. In Shaun of the Dead, what Queen song is playing on the jukebox at the Winchester? In comic book movies, in Watchmen, who plays Silk Spectre 2?
Malin Akerman.
In Disney Animated, in what year did the original Beauty and the Beast come out?
1991.
In musicals, who directed Rent?
Pass.
In Pixar, what is the name of the dead superhero whose skeleton is found in The Incredibles?
Gazer Beam.
In Wizarding World, name the 2 teams Harry sees competing for the Quidditch World Cup in Goblet of Fire.
Ireland and Bulgaria.
Who directed Rent?
Pass. I'm going to keep passing it so we can just end it.
Who directed? And time is up. So with that, I will go ahead and get Chris in here. And our second competitor for this match, Chris Diaz, Mr. I'm Living on the Sun. Chris, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Joe is a great competitor. Lose and lose. Well, I say I always like to lose when you're competitive. They're one of the best players ahead. But it's not being because the thing is it could go either way with the both of us. So I had fun. And may the best person win.
May the best person win indeed. As we get into round number 1, Chris, the way it works, I will ask you 8 questions. You have 1 minute to answer every question. You do get unlimited skips, which I will skip, move on to the next question. And if there is enough time, I will go back to that question. Any questions before we get into this?
Nope. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Well, starting off, and time will start when I start the timer. Starting off with question number 1, which comes in the category of Planet of the Apes. In Rise of Planet of the Apes, what is the name of Caesar's mother?
Goodbye.
Who directed, in Mission Impossible, who directed the first Mission Impossible film?
Brian De Palma.
And written by Edgar Wright. In Shaun of the Dead, what Queen song is playing on the jukebox at the Winchester? In comic book movies, in Watchmen, who plays Silk Spectre 2?
Pass.
In Disney animated, in what year did the original Beauty and the Beast come out?
1991, the year of my birthday.
In musicals, who directed Rent?
That would be Chris Columbus.
In Pixar, what is the name of the dead superhero whose skeleton is found in The Incredibles?
Winterbeam.
In the Wizarding World, name the two teams Harry sees competing for the Quidditch World Cup in Goblet of Fire.
Ireland and Bulgaria.
Time is up. So I will go ahead and add Joe back in.
Chris, you got
After-
the one I didn't get.
After round number 1, Joe is currently in the lead with 7. Chris right behind with 5. The questions and the answer. In Rise of the Planet of the Apes, what is the name of Caesar's mother? The correct answer is Bright Eyes. Who directed the first Mission Impossible film? Brian De Palma. In Shaun of the Dead, what Queen song is playing on the jukebox at the Winchester? Don't Stop Me Now. In Watchmen, who plays Silk Spectre 2? Malin Ackerman. In what year did the original Beauty and the Beast come out? 1991. Who directed Rent? Chris Columbus. What is the name of the dead superhero whose skeleton is found in The Incredibles? Gazerbeam. And then name the two teams Harry sees competing in the Quidditch World Cup in Goblet of Fire. It is Bulgaria and Ireland. Both competitors having a solid round 1 as we get into round number 2, which is the quotes round. Each competitor gave Hunter a strength, whether it was a movie or genre. I'm going to read you a quote. You're going to tell me the character who says it and the actor who portrays that character. For the rest of the match, you do have 3 repeats to use, and then also 1 challenge. So, with that, because Chris, you are currently down, we will start off with you.
Mm-hmm.
And your first strength comes in the film Hamilton. And your quote, I go back to France. I bring freedom to my people if I'm given the chance.
Marquis de Lafayette, played by David Day.
That is correct for 2 points.
I had to look up earlier just so I could get the pronunciation people.
All right, and then your second comes in the film The Prom. And your quote, we aren't monsters, we're cultural disruptors.
Phoebe Allen, played by Meryl Streep.
That is also correct for 2 points. Joe, we will move on to you. Your first quote comes in the category of James Bond. And your quote is, I thought Christmas only comes once a year.
James Bond, Pierce Brosnan.
That is correct for 2 points.
Well, it's not enough. The only reason. Oh my god, that line's so bad.
And your second comes in the category of Quentin Tarantino. I am an American, honey. Our names don't mean shit.
Butch, Bruce Willis.
That is correct for 2 more points. And then we do also offer a bonus question. This is to both of y'all because it goes to everybody. This I am looking for the same, the character who plays the character, but we are also looking for the movie and what year the film came out. So possibility of 4 points. The category for this question is 2000s movies. And your question or your quote. The world will know that free men stood against a tyrant, that few stood against many, and before this battle is over, that even a god king can bleed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with Chris.
United 300 2007 Gerard Butler.
And Joe.
300 2007 Gerard Butler Leonidas.
Yeah, Chris, unfortunately, I cannot accept Gerald Butler. It is Gerard Butler. Chris getting 2 points.
3.
Ryan getting 3.
He got 3. I got 4.
So I have that the year the movie came out is 2006. We did look it up. There are multiple. We got 2 years out of it. We searched 3 websites. One said 2006. 2 said 2007. I always believe majority rules. So, Chris, we're going to uphold your challenge. I think that's the right wording of that. 2007 will be an exception. I'm going to give both competitors that point. Joe getting perfect. Chris missing the 1. But it is still anyone's game as we go to round number 3. The way round number 3 works, it's different. I know this isn't me running this thing. This is Hunter's idea. The way it works, each competitor gave 3 movies to use as a strength. I put that on a wheel. Each competitor will get a spin of the wheel. You get 3 spins of the wheels. What it lands on the first, you'll get a 2-point question. Second spin will be a 3-point question, and then the last spin will be a 5-point question. It's a lot like Full Metal Geek. So if I'm horrible at explaining these rules, which I am, I'll be honest. It's a lot like Full Metal Geek. Just watch them. RJ will explain it a lot better than I will. And then you do
played around 3 in that division.
Yeah. And then you do get 1 free respin, but you only get 1. So if you use it on your 2-point question, your 3 and your 5, you are stuck with whatever it lands on.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, Joe is currently in the lead with 15. Chris right behind him with 12. Chris, since you are currently down, we will start off with you.
Good game, Joe, so far. Good game.
The movies on the wheel today: Muppets Treasure Island, Paddington 2, Back to the Future Part 2, Mitchell versus the Machine, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and The Prom. So with that, Chris, it's in the middle of doing a test spin, prime spin. So your first spin for your 2 points is in. As it lands on The Prom for 2 points, would you like to stick with it or spin again?
Stick with it.
Sticking with The Prom, your 2-point question. Who directed this film?
Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy is correct for 2 points.
We had Ryan Murphy, I like to call him, sometimes he cannot that good directed.
All right, so you are still down by 1, so we are still with you. Your spin for your 3-point film. As it lands on Jay and Silent Bob Strike
I
Back.
had to spin again. Yeah.
You have to spin again. You don't have to. You are choosing to.
Yeah.
Using his respin. As it lands on Mitchell versus the Machine. Your 3-point question in Mitchell versus the Machine. What is Katie going to be studying at college?
So she's studying film, right? Film director, right? Film at the film school in California.
Film is correct for 3 points.
I didn't know how specific you wanted to be because there's so many YouTube saying that question.
All right. So, Joe, because Chris has taken the lead, we're now moving to you for your 2-point spin. You do get the same exact wheel. And I am spinning it. And it is landing on Paddington 2. Would you like to keep?
Who's not keeping Paddington 2? That movie's absolutely delightful.
Okay. Your 2-point question in the film Paddington 2. Who directed this film?
I knew that was going to be the question. So one thing I didn't look up. Yeah, it's the one thing I didn't look up, and I can't for the life of me remember his name. It's fun to watch, delightful to watch, but I ain't going to get the director. But it's fine.
Okay. I'm going to take it as an official giving up.
Yeah.
The correct answer, Chris, I believe you're correct. I can't fully read your board. It is Paul King.
Cool.
So, Joe, your second spin for your 3-point question lands on the prom. Would you like to keep that or spin it again?
This is where we use the respin.
This is where we use the respin. Muppets Treasure Island. Not gonna lie, I love this movie. It's my favorite Muppets film. So, Joe, you just increased your ranking on my personal board. Your 3-point question: who played Jim Hawkins?
Oh, good question.
Kevin Bishop.
Kevin Bishop is correct for 3 points. And with that, Joe retakes the lead. Chris, we are moving on to you. Your 5-point spin. And again, since you used your respin, you are stuck with this one. You're stuck with Mitchell versus the Machine. You got to love it when it lands on your strength.
I think you love
Your
it.
your 5-point question. What is the name of the 2 robot detectives that try to capture the family in the film?
It's Deborah Boss 5000, and I'll repeat.
Okay. Using his first repeat. What is the name of the 2 robot detectives that try to capture the family in this film?
And I repeat, I have left.
You have 2. Five,
One more
4.
repeat.
What is the name of the 2 robot detectives that try to capture the family in this film?
It's Deborah Boss 5000, and I believe Trent.
And your winner, Joe Farrelly. The correct answer was Deborah Bot 5000 and Eric. Eric was the second one. So with that, Chris, we're going to remove you from the stream as we bring in Joe. Joe, fantastic match today. You missed one in the speed round, got everything right in the quote round. And then of your 2, you got the 3-point question in round number 3. You have qualified to take on the champion, Corey Quinto. How are you doing after this?
Yeah, feels good. I say with singles, it's I just sort of come in and I play. I don't really do much studying. I watched Paddington 2, but I say I didn't study it because I didn't look up who directed it. I just thought, you know what? It's on the list. It's great to watch. I'm going to put it on because it's great to watch. Muppets Treasure Island is one I've been watching since I was a kid, so that's always fun. But yeah, Chris put up a good fight. I say I was never going to watch the prom. I saw it on there. I thought I've heard not great things, and then I saw the running time, and I was like, yeah, it's not going to happen. But he put up a good fight, played well. He was very close with that 5-pointer. That was one of the things I thought maybe I'll look that up because I did watch that film. That's probably a question that will come up. Didn't look it up. Glad I didn't because I could have got it. But yeah, it feels good. Corey's a phenomenal player. He'll probably win, but I'll do my best.
All right, Joe. I love your confidence in yourself because you're always like, it's singles. I'm horrible at singles. I'm better at geek.
No,
And you win. Every time I see you say you're horrible at singles,
I never said
you
horrible.
win.
I just don't study it.
So, yeah. All right. Well, with that, Joe, I wish you the best as you take on Corey Quinto. And I'm going to go ahead and add Chris in. Chris, you did have a very good round number 1, getting 5 of the 8. I've always said with those speed rounds, definitely you want to get yours. You always want to get more than half. So you're able to get 1 of Joe's strengths. And then a very good round 2 also. The only thing you missed was a letter. And had you gotten it, you would have been tied with your 5-point question. So definitely would have been a different game had you gotten Gerard's name right. But how are you doing after that one?
I feel like I have a lot of mental virtue missing. I don't remember that about 5,000 that joke, and then I forget Eric because I was going through all the names in my head. Like, I had one of my favorite teams movie actually, but a good match. I knew Pop out with Joe because he's such a great player. We played really good against each other. And that makes it really relevant too. Like besides that name, like that one of my stronger rounds in a while. But and I feel good. Like I say, I lost against a good opponent. It's that number 1 contender match. There'd be other matches in the future, and then I hopefully face him in game in. And I'm looking forward to playing again. Like Hunter's League is one of my favorite leagues, and I love doing this. Especially when it's in the straight line that I'm very good at. Like, and the fact that I remember really perfect with round 3 at next one name. It's pretty good. Round 3 always been one of my train for a few matches that I've been playing. Like yeah.
Definitely. Well, and because I don't run the show, I can't give you a definitive answer. But we'll definitely see you again. And hey, if you keep up that great performance, I'm sure you'll hit that championship match one of these days. But with that, Chris, I am going to kick you out real quick as I bring back myself. Again, Hunter, thank you for allowing me to help you out because I take the forbidden door, I swing it wide open, I take my drill, I get those hinges off, so we can never shut that forbidden door again. But yeah, self-promotion time, because Hunter, I can do that since I'm running this. You can find me all over the place with TMG. I run singles and teams in TMG Trivia. So if you really enjoyed hearing my lovely voice and poor attentive jokes, hit us up over there. Message me and I'll get you a match. And I'll get you on the roster to begin with. And maybe one of these days, you, sitting at home, can be in a championship match. Whether it's here at the Movie Trivia Challenge or TMG Trivia, you'll amount to something. All you have to do is try.